Hi, good morning, guys and gals. Just woke up after my work trip. Headed off early this morning to go to a big store to get some stuff for the 240 and garage door install, electrical power outlet for install, and we're going to work on the air compressor lines today as well. I will get back to you when I get back from the store. Honey Badger here, just checking in. Been an awesome day, beautiful day here in Iowa. Headed out to Menards, picked up a bunch of stuff, a bunch of plumbing, electrical items for the plumbing of the air compressor lines, compressed air lines, as well as all the electrical for the air compressor, as well in the outlets I'm gonna run around, and all the additional lighting I'm gonna put up in there. Put some LED lights in there, I'll pick those up or order those, send those out. Show you what we got here from Menards. All sorts of new stuff from Menards. Got all my electrical boxes. Got some more outlet boxes, a bunch of cabling in there, a step stool, skill saw back in there. Got me some pizza back in there. I need to go get that before it melts. Get that in the freezer. I will get going on this. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna work on the 240 electrical power for the air compressor, and then we're also gonna work on running the electrical cord for the garage door opener, and then 240 for a little surprise I got coming up in the next few episodes, but you guys are paying attention, you guys probably figure out what I'm gonna do. Okay, over here the 240, we're gonna run electrical from here up over the top, in the attic, over there. We're also gonna run power from the garage door opener power right there, and we're gonna run that all the way across up over there. We're also gonna run 240 power over here to this side of the garage and hang out some power there. Problem is, I have to crawl up in there. Luckily it's early morning, it's still cool, and that's up in the attic with lots of insulation. All right, up in the hole I go. Wish me luck. All right, I'm looking for all the electrical cables that go to the garage. So over there in the corner, actually over there with all those cables and wires over there, is where the junction box is that I showed you down below. I'll run my 240 from there, and then I'll run across the ceiling up here as they currently have here. Now what I'm looking for is the outlets, the lights, and the garage door opener. And what we do is we'll go in there to check it out as well. The garage door opener outlet should be up there somewhere too. All right, back at it. All right, there's the box I'm looking for. That's what I'm gonna tie my ceiling lights to. That box and a couple others, but that's what I'm gonna tie them to. Okay guys, over there in the corner is where I'm going to run the 240 box for the air compressor. Over there is I'm going to run the 240 box for the additional item I need over there. And then right here is actually going to be the electrical outlets I'm going to use for the garage door opener. Okay guys, unfortunately this is like electrical nightmare 101. The outlet box I'm looking for is right underneath all this plywood for the garage door opener. Right here. And then right in here. So I'm gonna have to cut some of this out to get to that electrical to make life easy the way I want it. All right, after a little deliberation downstairs, looking around, pondering things, I'm gonna put another outlet over here to accommodate the growth of what I wanna do in the garage. So that's what's next. Always run extra. Always want to run extra. right, guys, it just got too hot up here. I'm gonna call it for the day. It's right around 1:30 up here. I'm gonna call it for here. We're gonna go find something else to do down in the garage. It's just too hot to be up here. Whoo-wee! Crawling around the attic with insulation is never fun, but we got the rough ends done. Now all we have to do is run the electrical lines, and then we're good for there. We can start running that, and then next is we're gonna run the plumbing lines for the air compressor. That's what's next. Time for lunch break. I'm tired, rest up a little bit. We'll meet you after lunch. Alrighty, back from Menards. Second trip for the day. Worked farther ahead than I expected in some spots, behind on the others. I backed off on upstairs because the attic is hot, so I'm moving on to other things. So I didn't have any drywall material ready for that, so I went and picked some of that stuff up, as well as I got the materials for tomorrow morning up in the attic where it's nice and cool. Anyways, I'm gonna get back at it. Talk to you soon. All right, I'm gonna work on cutting this sheetrock here all the way up to the ceiling, and that way I can get some access to put my 240 wiring in up into the attic, and then I'm gonna run that across. That's what the sheetrock's gonna be cut for. Finally found a respirator I liked, so I can protect my lungs. I want you guys to follow my lead, so we all have good, healthy lungs. Okay, here's where I'm at. Here's the jewel I was looking to get at. Here's all the electrical wiring that runs to the house. All the orange is the 240. The white's the lesser, runs your lights, some outlets and things like that. These are the yellows are the bigger outlets for your house, and some of your GFI or AGFI stuff, as well as a ground in there. I'm gonna run, it looks like somebody started a hole up there. I'm gonna run my 240 line up through this hole here, pop it out in the attic, and then I'll pop a hole here, pop a hole down in there and plug it in. I'm gonna put a 20 amp outlet in there for 240. There you go, electrical. It'll kill you if you're not careful, but if you know what you're doing, or you read up or get some education, it's actually not as bad and scary as you think it might be. Okay, wrapping up for the evening. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some drywall mud and all these cracks and all the sheetrock that you saw me filling in. The sheetrock mud is basically big plaster Paris. It has a thick consistency, much thicker than pancake batter. And really what it is it fills in all the hard holes, hardens really hard, and then allows me to put a nicer thin coat over it that won't allow for cracking. So that's what you're gonna see me do here. I'm just gonna go through and fill in all the holes, kind of get rough with it, you know, as far as a smooth finish thing right now. It's just to fill in the holes, fill in the cracks, and then tomorrow we'll see how it goes. We'll sand it down and fill in with a little bit of mud. We're gonna wrap up with this, a little bit of cleaning, and then we'll be done for the evening. The geese going back to their pond. Okay, here you go. Sometimes you just gotta let it be, and if you work it too much, it's just gonna start getting out of control. It's gonna start crumbling on you, so it's gonna rolling on you. And that's what started happening here. So I'm just gonna leave it for the night. I'm gonna knock down the rough edges in the morning, and we'll sand it and see where we're at. There's gonna be some low spots, there's gonna be some high spots. That's what mud is for. Like I said earlier, I'm not a professional at this. It's been years since I actually did it. Did it back in college, relearning the skill. Okay, that's all, folks. All cleaned up. I got some videos to edit. I'll check in the morning. We got electrical to finish up. We're gonna finish up this last window. We're also gonna try to run the air compressor lines above the garage here. Okay, good morning. Day 2 of putting in the 240 power. We're gonna run up the power to all the different boxes. We're also gonna start putting in some copper piping upstairs in the attic for the air compressor lines before it gets hot. After that, we're gonna drop down a little bit, work down here in the garage, and work on a few things down here. All right, let's get going, guys. Okay, all done. This is Kat. She's not used to being outside. She was a Chicago apartment cat, so she's not used to this. Ooh, she's not gonna like this, how dirty she's gonna get herself. Back inside. Come on. Back inside. Come on. Good girl. Okay, now we're all done. As you can see, there's a copper line running across the ceiling here, and that's going to be for my compressed air line. You saw me install it over there in the corner, also just down here where the air drop's going to be. Over here is the junction box for the 240, as represented by the orange line. Got that secured up there in its junction box, and then that line, as you follow that across, that goes over the corner. That's for the air compressor. The other line goes over there underneath the insulation. That's for the upgrades later. As you can see, I've actually gone through with a broom and pushed back all the insulation back to where it was supposed to be relatively. It's in the heated garage, so mostly I want to make sure it was outside in the outside corners where it needs to be for insulation. There's a spot that I missed over there. I'll go get that. Other than that, that's the whole point of this. It is time consuming. The costs aren't that expensive. I think the costs, we're talking 150 bucks maybe. I'll double check. I'll throw a number down there below later. But it's mostly time. It's not a hard job. It's just labor intensive and really not fun. It's noon about now and it's starting to heat up here in the attic. So I'm about done. So we'll call it for now and I'll check with you down later. Whew. All right, we're done for the day. You just saw what we did upstairs, all the net result of the air lines being put in, the 240 lines are put in. So I was gonna show you what it looks like down here. Okay, all that hard work we did is kind of anticlimactic, but it results in that pipe coming down there, that orange line, which is going to be for the air compressor, and the other yellow line, that's actually going to be for the future garage door opener. The other line is up there, the garage door opener. You see the pipe hanging out? That's our compressor line pipe that's going to pop out down here. So we'll tie that into a hose reel, allow some air to come down from there. That's our fitting for that. We got some 240 line there over there for future growth, as well as that white lines for lesson lights that are gonna go up, or some lighting, not too sure what we're gonna do yet. Other lines are right there. Those are other lines that we stubbed in. Those two white lines are gonna be for lighting as well. Whew. Okay guys, that's it for the day. I showed you what we just did. We're all done. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm kinda tired. We're gonna go relax, go have some lunch, maybe do some video editing. But more importantly, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, leave the comments below. Hit a like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And check me out on Facebook as well as Twitter, TikTok, all those other social stuff. I'm out there. Thank you for watching. See you next time.